I created my New Orleans itinerary using ChatGPT by putting in a particular prompt. I knew roughly what I wanted to do in New Orleans in terms of the parts of the city that I wanted to see, but not specifically what there was to do. So I input that into ChatGPT, which is stupidly powerful, by the way, and it has given me an itinerary. This is day one of that itinerary, and we're changing it straight away. I'm just reordering stuff. So the itinerary ChatGPT doesn't actually know where my hostel is based in New Orleans, so it gave me an itinerary. However, the first place it wants me to go is about half an hour from my hostel, whereas somewhere it wanted me to go this afternoon is a 10-minute walk away. And it's actually right there. My hostel is over there, like 5 minutes that way. I'm going over there to the World War II History Museum. So we're gonna go check out that museum first, and then we're gonna do it. So we're just rejigging the itinerary a little bit. It still made my itinerary. I'm just moving stuff around. Don't panic. I'm not sabotaging the video straight away. First thing we're doing in New Orleans is going to the World War II History Museum. Let's go. First thing I'm gonna say is that it is really hot. It was raining about an hour ago, so it's really humid right now. As you can see, it is a bit overcast, but it is what it is. We're going to the museum. Doesn't matter about the weather.
Why would you say that? In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Also, Miami GP t-shirt, got that for free at the race. You know I love free stuff. So I'm about to go to the museum. I'll probably film like little bits of B-roll, but I'm not gonna vlog inside there. I'm not gonna film too much. I love this sort of thing, but it's quite impactful, and I wanna take it all in, and I don't wanna be in any way disrespectful by vlogging inside a World War II history museum. So I'm gonna put some B-roll over the top now, but I'm not gonna be vlogging anything massively while I'm in there. That was heavy, I have to say. That was, yeah, they definitely don't hold back any details in the footage and stuff. It's very interesting. I find this stuff so fascinating. It's uncomprehendable to me that happened like 80 years ago, like within people's lifetimes that are still alive today. That all happened. It's just, it's infathomable. Like, what the chaos that humanity is capable of is ridiculous. On a lighter note, let's go visit a cemetery. I say that jokingly, but in all seriousness, the next stop is the St. Louis Cemetery #1. I'm guessing there's more than one of them. It's home to the Voodoo Queen of New Orleans. So we're gonna go check out the cemetery. It's the first thing the itinerary told me to do. Obviously I've swapped this around with this being the first thing today, but ChatGPT made my itinerary. Let's go see what it wants me to do. I'm gonna go back to the hostel, I think, because, yeah. Okay, change of plan. It says not to travel unless you're fleeing an area. So heading 20 minutes back across the city sounds counterproductive to what they want me to do. So the cemetery is down there. There's also a coffee shop that looks really good. So I'm gonna go down there. This flood warning is only in effect for the next hour and 10 minutes. So I'm gonna go down to the coffee shop, go get food, because it's just heavy rain here. It's not flooding. Get some food and then decide from there. That's the plan. Okay, so I've just come down to the cemetery. I got some lunch first, which was banging, by the way. Shout out to Backatown. Backatown? I think it was Backatown Coffee. That was banging. First of all, I can't find the way in, but I walked past like one of the exits, and there was a security guard there, and he basically said you have to pay $25 to get a 45-minute guided tour around the cemetery. The fact I now can't find the entrance, I'm just like, eh. I don't really want to pay $25 to walk around them to go, this person's buried here, I mean, don't get me wrong, I might be being completely naive about that, but I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. Yeah, I'm not that fussed. Apparently there's the Voodoo Queen is buried here, so that's pretty cool in itself, but I was kind of hoping to just have a walk around and see that. So, yeah, we're going to carry on to the next part of the AI itinerary, which is heading to the New Orleans Voodoo Museum, which is good. That's definitely good, considering weather warnings, overcast, could rain again. I'm down for a little museum day. So let's go to the New Orleans Voodoo Museum. Side note, you should listen to the song Growing Up by Macklemore because it's an absolute banger. So I'm renaming this video to Can AI Create a Good Travel Itinerary? And the answer is no. I basically ended up doing my own thing for us today, and it wasn't really vloggable because it was just wandering around and going in museums, which doesn't make for the best vlogging content. However, I do want to talk about the fact, I think it's quite interesting, the idea that AI could create us travel itineraries. ChatGPT, obviously I use this, it isn't fully up to that. I'm pretty sure it's up to 2021. I don't think it's fully like modern, like everything going on the internet is on ChatGPT and it can read it and use that in its information, so that's probably a factor in it. However, today has caused me to believe that there needs to be a human factor when it comes to creating itineraries. Now obviously ChatGPT or AI models, learning models, they read the entire internet and they're reading and taking the best bits from probably the most popular blogs and sites and everything like that, and using that to create the itinerary. However, due to the nature of a travel itinerary and how it's completely personal to every single person, I don't think AI can create an itinerary. I mean, I was very specific. I gave it a lot of information in terms of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to spend my days, and it's what I wanted to explore. And it still came out a bit, yeah. And that's where the human factor is lacking. I'm not saying it will never get to that point, but I'm saying for right now, I don't think AI can create itineraries because there is no human experience factor to that itinerary. So to counter that, I've created my own one. This is a completely free itinerary, it's linked down below. Let me know what you think about this because I've been thinking about making itineraries for the places I've travelled. So I'd really appreciate some feedback. If you go in, link below, go download the itinerary. Let me know what you think of it. Genuinely, I would love to know. And if you want me to create more of these, I've been to a lot of places now. There's a lot of these I could make. One that I've been really thinking about doing is a Bali one, but that would be in depth because there's a lot to cover, and I've spent a lot of time in Bali, so there's a lot to cover on that one. So back to the vlog, a quick rundown of what I did do today. Obviously I did the World War II Museum and then I made my way to that cemetery. After that I walked back down to Bourbon Street, which is like the main strip street. Went to the Voodoo Museum, which was really cool experience, but there was signs saying like no photos or anything, but it was really cool and I would highly recommend checking it out. Then I went to a few little voodoo shops around that area. Had a little walk along the waterfront. There's a street that I forget the name of, but I put it on screen here. That was really good to walk down, and there was like loads of bookshops, there was loads of art galleries, there was loads of stuff like that, and I feel if you're stuck in any sort of creative rut, go to an art gallery because it just, no matter how I'm feeling, it just gets me inspired. And then I made my way back to the hostel and I'm about to have a nap. I think I'm going to go to a jazz club tonight and go see that, so go get that experience. Yo, day 2 in New Orleans. We are going on a swamp tour right now. Pickup is in 1 minute ago downstairs. So we're going to go on a swamp tour, let's go. I'm high, I'm believing. Oh. I need to trim my nose hairs.